learn and learn and learn. So in that process also, it makes people understand that, okay, persons with albinism, it's not what we were always told.
Yeah.
These people are actually beautiful. They can talk. They have goals. They have vision as well. So to that, journey until now, it's still the same thing. Like in the corporate space, whatever space that I'm in, I'm able to speak out. I'm able to say, this is my opinion. I agree, I disagree. I want to learn more. So it's wonderful personality, I'd say. And it keeps on opening these doors in the sense of now, even communication, it becomes easier.
We find ourselves in a very interesting time, and later on in the conversation we will be talking extensively about I agree, I disagree, because we find ourselves in a generation or in a decade where people really do not respect other people's opinions to some extent, and that I agree, I disagree field is sort of dwindling and it's getting limited. We will get to that later on, but why, or to some extent you've told us you have this amazing personality, then that means why you decided communications and public relations. Take us through that journey of deciding, okay, this is what I'm going to do to make money for myself later on in life.
I'm actually not making money from PR and comms as of now. I'm just, it's crazy. It's my passion. We have to say it's dreams in motion, my friends.
I love that.
It's dreams in motion.
So,
and what we manifest comes true.
Absolutely.
So PR and comms expert, of course. Keep it that way. Keep it that way. Reason why I enjoy words. Let's say that. People, relating with people makes you understand different perspectives, different angles of things. And as I've said, I enjoy words, I enjoy literature, I enjoy all these things in relations to words. And so communications also comes to me now. I did actually diplomacy in international studies in Campo. And then my first job was program admin under ASK with Honorable Mora. So, this is small beginnings. So moved there and then entered into totally different career path. So admin work, I did admin work a bit. And then now moving, it's just moving but
sort of trying to find a footing.
But the goal,
still
the
remains,
goal PR comes at the end of the day. So even right now, what I'm doing in my career, right now it's what I'm trying to relate with PR and comms and see how I'm moving to PR and comms fully. But still, I'm still working on it. And so it's more of it's more of now adding the skills towards the PR and comms, understanding how to be an expert, but I'm an expert. I already said PR and comms expert, so I'm an expert. So but it's that process of adding your skills and setting a goal and being focused into
and
one
making
direction.
Sure that you achieve
you're
it.
going there, regardless. So it happens differently. There are those people who say they want to be doctors, of course. They go to medical school, do, I don't know, is it 6, 7, 8 years? My God, doctors. We thank you. And then now but after that you go do 2-3 years practicing, I don't know, and then you're already a doctor. I mean, there are those paths, but there are others. You start from Django, you go to Juakali. By the time
Florence,
you come,
why are you giving my life story?
by the time you come to give your testimony, you're like, Jesus, you did it for this man for sure. Because the path, so there are those kind of, there are those kind of journeys. And we all say it's part of our destiny and what purpose calls.
Allow me to use the word hawking. So as you are hawking through these opportunities, what skills are you picking?
I'd say I'll go back to communications. I'm telling you, communications is very key. They say soft skills. That is just knowing how to relate with people. So soft skills are very, very important. How you connect with people, how you understand how to deliver your message, how you to understand how to ask for things. Sorry, it brings us to that aspect of agreeing and disagreeing, because we meet people from different backgrounds every day.
Absolutely.
So you have to understand how to agree properly, disagree properly. You can't just be saying no. You can, you might be slapped out here. So you might say, "How about we do A, B, C, D?" Can we look at it in this angle? But you're saying no, or you're disagreeing in a different way.
Let me say educated manner.
Yes, good. Hey, I can see you went to school. So in that perspective also,
Then how many did you have to do? How many ropes did you have to sort of skip? And how now do you find yourself at this big corporate Safaricom PLC?
Oh, actually, my story is a bit short in terms of hawking. So I just we go back to saying we're grateful.
Yes.
We're grateful. So came from Campo and then went to ask Albinism Society of Kenya as an intern. For about 3-4 months.
Yes.
And then came to Safaricom.
All right.
So never left Safaricom till now.
First day walking into Safaricom, and I believe these are the days of the late Bob Collymore.
Fantastic human being. Yes. Forever grateful, forever indebted.
Take us through that first day. You walk into Safaricom.
Me, again, I'm
Noisy.
outgoing. Me, I'm anywhere I go. Oh my God.
Yes.
So actually, what happened was, those kind of stories when they start like that. I was called for an interview.
Yes.
I was actually recommended from Deloitte team, and then got a phone call from a HR lady. She left for a different company.
Yes.
And then she's like, we've been given you your CV. We want you to come for an interview. By then, I remember picking this call. I was home, Shags.
Taita Taveta.
Yes. So I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not in Nairobi currently. Well, I was super bold. I mean, I don't know where this came thinking. I'm telling you. I was like, I'm in Ocha. I can't make it today, because they wanted me to come in next day. So I actually rescheduled my first
day
interview.
At work or interview.
Who
reschedules Safaricom interviews?
I was like, but I was so lively. I remember that this lady had Homa. I said, I'm so sorry you have Homa.
Yes.
I said good stuff. Let me tell you something about communications also. When you say good stuff to people, it just
sort of calms their nerves.
Yes, and it makes you love you more
and create a sort of a good impression.
But they're very considerate, Safaricom. Normally they adjust a bit if you have something that blocks you from coming to an interview. They normally adjust to whatever time you're available. So that happened. Came in my first day. Came in. I was like, okay, finally we are here.
Yes.
And then now I didn't know who is my boss. So I sat there. I was wondering, so what is work here? What are we doing? And then there's this guy also left Safaricom, very fabulous, amazing man, called Claude D'Souza. I remember he's the one who gave me my first job. It was paperwork. He was doing interviews. So he was like, print this, stamp them like this. I'm like, okay. So make sure these questions go okay. I'm like, okay. So that was my first job. That was my first day. Then got to say hi to everyone after the interviews were done, because I was just doing the hand, I was the handyman, the handman. So did that my first day, went home a happy woman. Came back and
the rest is history.
The rest is history.
How do you because definitely you are not in the same position that you are in then.
No.
How do you slowly take us through the journey of climbing the ladders? I know it's painstaking, but take us through some of the most memorable things and probably some of the challenges, because also we are here to teach.
Okay, I would say first, something that I grab or I understand.
Yes.
Or not, I don't know which word to use. Not understand, but I know.
Yeah.
Is there's nothing new
Under the sun.
under the sun.
Yeah.
And one of the things, it's the same old when it comes to going up in terms of your career. And number one, again, knowing people. I find communication such a wonderful tool. If you get to understand it, if you understand how to connect with people, that's what they say, networking and strategic networks as well.
Yeah.
Just understanding people, being curious of what they're doing, just, so made those networks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, you have to do your job. And you have to do what you've been told. So did my job well, I think. And then you apply and you go back to interviews and then also scaling up, doing short courses and all that. But adding value to yourself, networking, applying, going for interviews, and competing with the rest of everyone, and getting the roles. So there's no that aspect of, I have albinism,
Feel
now
sorry for me.
Yeah, I feel sorry for. I feel that actually we are getting out of that. Of you have a disability. It's getting to that point of, okay, there's technology, there's all these things that are happening
that can equalize the play field.
So what value are you bringing? Do you have any skills in whatever area you're saying you can do? Because you don't have any excuse anymore. You can read books. You can listen to podcasts like this one, to educate yourself even more. So and there's so many podcasts. For free. Is it for free? I love podcasts. It's quick. You get educated,
a lot of
very
information, and it's on the go.
And on the go. So right now I feel the space is no longer what we use. When we were starting. For us, like if it's 1 million years ago, we had that space where corporate were now recruiting persons with disabilities in numbers. But now it's getting to that.
Interesting. I do not want to bring back sad memories, but whenever I get an opportunity to speak to people who work in Safaricom, I get to ask them to paint a picture for us, or for me, of the man he was, Bob Colimo.
Good question. Okay, I would say the late Bob Colimo, first and foremost, he did well for his regime and his era. I think personally, having worked in his people before profit, so it was more of the human side of things. I tend to think he liked connecting with people, understanding the community. Being present in what is happening in the community, having jazz, like he was very friendly.
And Dr. Zetu and all of that.
So he did well. We loved him. I did love him. And that's all we can say.
There are so many wars that happen in boardrooms. And I believe, what you'd call office politics. How do you navigate this?
You have to tell you again. There's nothing new under the sun. And those people who are doing politics, why can't you do politics?
So two can play the game.
No, the thing is, they learned. It's not like they were born understanding,
the game.
There's systems also.
And
there's understanding, if I come to, let's say if I go to a church. I know how the church works. I know we pray, we praise.
Yeah, we give,
we give
we tithe
to the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah, and all that. And we are taught there's a place for preaching and how it goes. Of course, value.
Yeah.
Value is what value networks, it's all together intertwined, and your destiny and grace and favor, all those things that make life happen. Politics, as some of us say, or we can say the structures and the systems of a place. And now it's the networks, it's adding value to yourself. Is knowing how to I don't know, get to the right people, speak the right language, get to the right boardrooms, fight, because everyone does fight. It doesn't come easy. Regardless of whether you have a disability or not.
I'm going to ask an intrusive question.
Okay.
Which are some of the fights that you fought?
From fighting stress and pressures of depression or what. It's funny because it's only you who sees it. The rest of everyone sees that you were doing great. Something like that. And number 2 is just understanding that God loves you more. I think I've just said I love God. So the understanding of when I do a prayer in the morning is it doesn't change. I'll come be bubbly with you. I'll be outgoing. I will be telling stories, but I'm super, super depressed at the same time. So it's crazy because now you can't see, but me, I'm dying.
Deep inside.
Deep inside. So it's those things that you also have to navigate. Like, I can't tell someone I'm sad. Now they'll say I'm not bubbly anymore. Now they'll say I'm not outgoing. You don't want anyone to see you when you're sad for some reason.
Don't you think that is giving away too much of yourself and leaving little for yourself? Because this is something that people already know for you, for. It's all right. But don't you think to some extent, because you're not the only one who does that. That a couple of people I've spoken to, and they're like, people expect me to be positive all the time.
No.
Why do I have to show them that I am going through a challenge?
That was then. Before now, I took time to understand who Florence was. Because today I understand I come first. I understand my health matters. I understand my voice. If I don't like something, I don't like something, and that's it. We find a way, or I'm not doing it. So it takes time also for you to understand. I normally say this: what triggers you. You understand where your limits are. You understand because you're no longer a kid. The things that they were working for you then, they're not working for you now. You're a different version of yourself. You're now a grown person. You're in corporate space. You're meeting people who are thinking big things. It's no longer childish, kind of thing. You know what? You have a great future. So stop this. And how do we stop? So let's start things,
all over again and give yourself an opportunity to start all over again. There is something that you said there very important, and I think also I would refer it to what Jordan Peterson says most of the time. Sit one time or one day, give yourself an opportunity and sit on your bed. And I will sort of paraphrase the words that he uses and ask yourself, what am I doing that might be fucking up my life?
It's those kind of questions, actually. Because, it's those kind of questions. Because if you continue thinking this way, 6 months down the line, are you a different person? So it's those things that you have to say, if I continue thinking this way, 1 year down the line, have a focus area. I want to go this way. I want to impact in this way. I want to be a role model in this way. I cannot be a role model in that position. It's the same thing that now you're saying you went to social media looking for something, to sort of get to understand Florence, but there's nothing in couple years that I've posted. So it's those things of, okay, now that gives me a point of, there's no my voice out there. I'm not giving out any content in terms of being a role model or just pulling another girl with albinism out there.
And giving them a runway for themselves as well.
But it's those kind of questions you have to ask yourself. Okay, I have to be a better version of myself before I go get someone to be a better version of themselves. So it's more of a sacrifice of, because, let me take time. let me get myself better, let me get my mind in a better place, and then go out there.
Absolutely embodying the phrase, you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Said it right.
You hinted about meeting big people. And if you meet big people, then you have big visions and big dreams.
Okay.
Take us through your vision board.
Oh my
How does it look like?
Alan, you're not asking those. Okay, number one, big people is everybody.
Yeah. All right.
Let me tell you. The thing with me liking people is because you get to understand different things from different people. So today, if I wanted to understand how, let's say, matatu industry works from a Makanga's perspective, you just befriend them and you're like, yo, by the way, how is your work like how do you guys normally do it?
Yeah.
And funny thing, these people speak. They'll tell you. So it's not big visions. It's something. I mean, big visions contain of different aspects. Of course, there's that one thing you want to achieve, regardless.
Yeah.
But everyone is big, and it's good to connect with different people. For my vision, I think first and foremost, there's someone I had a conversation with recently, and we were talking. I happened to mention what much we've had grace in our journeys. You know, as much as of course we've struggled in one way or another.
Absolutely, there is no soft landing in life.
Yes, there's been a favorable environment in the sense of looking for a job. In terms of you can go up look for sponsorships for schools and all this, and these things are available. So I think it's those questions of number one, what next for me in terms of the next generation. Like what you start thinking of, okay, someone did it for me.
Yes.
I need to find a way to do it for someone else.
Yeah.
So how am I going to do to deliver in terms of the impact to this other person with albinism? So it's that's one of my visions.
Yes.
Like in that aspect. Another thing is just being fantastic and in PR and comms, in the sense of if I want to get to that level, if there's any conversation about communications, I don't miss.
You want to be a part of it.
Yes.
We are slowly running out of time, and we are coming to the edge of the end of our conversation.
Oh my, it's been a fantastic talk. We need, God will use another man to bless you. So value people, because people uses, God uses people, men to bless men.
Yes.
So you never know where your blessing is coming from. God will use, and it's this thing of destiny helpers.
Yes.
God using other people to lift you up. You know, there's people even in your life today you can say for sure.
Yes.
And see how we're going to come up with an understanding.
Yeah.
Be it in a meeting room, be it, you know, like how to say, we all agree, I do not agree. So how do we come to a level or include what you're saying in this, whatever we are
trying to do or
so
trying to achieve?
It's more of incorporating everybody's idea, but at the end of the day, having an understanding and you explaining your point of view, having that space and environment to speak your space, to speak your voice, and at the end of the day, coming up with a solution that works for all of us.
Absolutely. Speak to a lady and a girl who is watching us right now.
A girl. First and foremost, you're beautiful.
Yes.
That's very key. Understanding that you're beautiful, understanding that you've got all it takes to be whoever you want to be. I am not there yet.
Yes.
But I believe that I have the strength, and I have, for as long as I can speak, I can read.
Yeah.
We'll get there a day at a time, reading, understanding things, and going an extra mile in terms of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Another thing, trust the process.
Yeah.
Trust the process. Keep on doing what you're doing. If you feel like it's not what you want, you can always switch things up. But trust the process. Whatever you're working towards will sooner or later happen. It's just the resilience, the effort, and keep focusing on your goals. Yeah.
There is a podcast that I love listening to, and it is called The Diary of the CEO by one gentleman called Stephen Bartlett. And he has a custom on his podcast where he asks his guests, his current guests, to leave a question for the next guest.
Ooh, okay.
Leave a question for our next guest.
Okay, for the next guest, I think what is leadership to you?
Yes.
Okay, if you're how do I phrase it? Okay, what is leadership to you, and how do you define success?
What is leadership to you, and how do you define success? So if you might be watching us and you might be our next guest,
Yes.
Keep that question in mind. We have come to the end of the conversation, and this is where I ask you to say anything that I might not have been able to touch base on, and you really feel that our viewer there should hear it.
I think we've touched on pretty much
everything,
different areas in terms of myself and what caters to the society in terms of, we said about diversity, equity, inclusion. We said about trusting the process, having a good relationship with people, respecting yourself too, and having a good relationship with yourself, taking time to understanding yourself. I think those are very key things in life. And having key principle, I can say something that grounds you. For me, it's one of the things is God. Like, I feel like when you come to God, everything works. And let me not say everything works.
Yes.
Yes, of course, everything works in God, but it depends on your journey of faith with God as well. Which is another topic. You should do that as another topic of that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think pretty much we've spoken.
And they're like, how does a day for her look like in the corporate world? Okay. Pretty crazy, right?
So works. Wake up. It's sort of a routine, actually.
Yes.
Wake up. Say a prayer. I always I believe in taking control of your day in the spiritual space. So I have to pray. I have to command. Some preachers say commanding your morning, and then go to work. Get to work. Of course, you have to have a to-do list of the things that you have to
achieve
complete.
Day,
in a day. Drink a lot of water. Actually, when I wake up, after I say a prayer, I take water. I take a lot of water. And now it's almost a year. One of the things now I incorporate in my schedule is going to the gym. And today I canceled my gym to be here. Alan,
we are honored.
Yeah,
we are honored.
Do my work, eat lunch, of course.